Hi, welcome to Verse of the Day. My name is Brandon Hathaway. I'm the preacher at the Westside Church of Christ in Owensboro, Kentucky. I want to thank you for joining me today as we open up the Bible and study the Word of God. Today we're in Hebrews chapter 11. Hebrews chapter 11, and going to look at verse 4. Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 4. Hebrews 11 goes forth and talks about faith. In verse 2 it brings out, for by it the men of old gain approval, talking about faith. And so the rest of the chapter kind of goes through a bunch of men and women who were approved by their faith. And so in verse 4 here talks about Abel. It says, by faith Abel offered to God a better sacrifice than Cain, through which he approved as being righteous, God approving his gifts, and through faith, though he is dead, he still speaks. And so, as we take time to look at this, just one verse again, I like to bring it out, and because we get a couple verses in the New Testament that kind of help us with what took place with Cain and Abel and their sacrifice in Genesis. You know, we're told kind of what they sacrificed, right? We're not told if God ever told them what needed to be sacrificed, how sacrifices were to be made. We know that Abel went and brought a youngling, first a lamb without blemish, and sacrificed it, whereas Cain was a man of the ground, tiller of the ground, and brought his produce to the Lord. And again, we're not told, you know, was it the best produce? Was it the great produce? Was it, you know, but it's something that God commanded not. Or was it, you know, did he just offer the leftovers? Did he offer the ones that were dead, the ones that maybe animals got to and had bites out of them? You know, we don't know. What we do know is that Abel offered a sacrifice of faith, and my mind's going blank now on the other verse that I believe it brings out the point that Cain's sacrifice was, trying to remember the exact wording. I don't want to say it wrong. I want to say it says evil, but so focusing on this verse though, that Abel's sacrifice was of faith, and you know, I think that's the difference, right? That he did it with the right attitude, the right heart, the right way. You know, my mindset goes to Romans 10:17, faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. That there's likely a point to be brought out that there was some kind of instructions that were given to them on sacrifices, possibly, and since faith comes by hearing, but he made the sacrifice with the right heart, right attitude. We know right away when the God approved of Abel's and not of Cain's his attitude just fell, his anger against his brothers, anger probably against God. And so his heart was not in the right place. And so it speaks so much about the things that we do from day to day, our studying the Bible, our praying, our going to worship, our teaching others, that it has to be in faith, that our attitude, our hearts need to be in the right place. And as our heart's in the right place, it's going to help us to do what is right. And that's, as you go through Hebrews 11, it goes through time and again how these men did these things because of their faith. They didn't say, well, I believe and I'm not going to do it. No, they believed and they obeyed. Noah believed and he built the ark. Abraham believed and he left his land. Sarah believed and was able to bear a child. Abraham believed and was willing to offer up his son. It wasn't, I believe you, God, but I want to do it my way. I believe you, God, but I don't want to do that. No, they believed and they obeyed. And so we need to have a faith that's going to cause us to do the will of God. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope everybody has a blessed day. And if the Lord is willing, I'll talk to you later.